Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. My name is Leah. I'm the creator behind Thrifty Day. Today's episode is a little bit different. It's actually a haul video from an estate sale that I went to just this past week. I'm often asked where I get most of my vintage supplies because most of the items in my journals or in the creations that I make here on my channel and that I sell in my Etsy shop and that are deliverables for my Patreon involve very vintage items. Well, this is one of the answers. I get many items from estate sales. I have frequented estate sales and yard sales for over 20 years. So I have quite an extensive collection already, and estate sales are actually something my husband and I love to do. We love to source vintage items, especially books. You never know what you're going to find at estate sales. You can find everything from home goods to outdoor items to garage items. And so you really have to go with an open mind, and you also need to be ready to dig. Most estate sales can range anywhere from 1 day to 3 days. The first day is usually the most expensive, but you have the most items to choose from. And the second and third day are often discount days, but you also have less items. So you want to go on the first day if you want all the good stuff, but it's also good to go on the last day because you could probably get it for much cheaper. So here is an overview of all of the goodies that I picked up at the estate sale. And I actually went on the first day. And for the first day, I have to say the prices were really good. I picked up a lot of books and a lot of really cool vintage stuff. So let's get into the haul so you can see everything up close. All right, let's start the haul video. I'm not even sure where to start because I got so many random little things, but I think I'll start with the trim. There were so many adorable bags of trim, and there's not like a ton of any of it, but it's all so beautiful. So I think the most was this Christmas like stitching or whatever, bias. It's kind of biased, but I'm thinking I could probably iron that out. And even if I need to add some stiffener, make some fabulous Christmas trim or trim journals with it. I don't know, but it's beautiful, and there was a whole bunch, and it's super vintage. So that was a really fun little find. Here, let's go through this bag. I'm so excited. I actually didn't really get a chance to look at everything super closely because I was just grabbing things. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. It's like a really pretty pale pink and green and cream color. This one really caught my eye because you all know I love browns and oranges and teals, and so that was a really fun one. I quite love that. These are all so vintage too. Oh my gosh, look at that orange and teal. So beautiful. Oh, look, there's more. That's good. This is just like a little thin floral blue and white. That one's really sweet. And then this is so cute. It's just like on an old little piece of cardstock, and it's like little floral prints. I really like that one. Let me see. I'm kind of trying to move things around. I'll open this one now. I love going to estate sales. They're just so much fun. Look at how sweet. That one, there's not very much of that, but that is absolutely precious. This one is beautiful. It really caught my eye, and there's very little of it, but I am in love. So somebody please order a floral custom journal so I can use this because it's so beautiful. Look at all of these. Oh my word. My tabs are going to be so on point. Look at these. Oh my gosh, blue and pink. Friends, this was like a dream. Whoever this wonderful crafting woman is, she owns my heart. Look at how sweet. Oh my gosh. Vintage trim is just so magical. Look. Oh my goodness. Look at how beautiful. This one probably is my favorite because, wow, that is absolutely stunning. And then there's more of the pink floral. Go to this one next. A lot of people ask me, where do I get my, oh, look at how pretty that is. Where do I get all my vintage pieces, vintage paper, vintage items? I get that question a lot, and I do answer. But this is really how. I do try to frequent, look at how beautiful that is. I do try to frequent estate sales and yard sales. Oh my goodness, there's not very much of that, but it's so neat. I frequent yard sales. I frequent estate sales. I do love thrift stores, although thrift stores these days, that is so sweet. There's little bows on it. Really are not like affordable anymore. It's really sad because thrifting used to be a way. Oh, I like that. That's really pretty. Used to be a way to shop affordably, and it just kind of isn't always at this point, which is really unfortunate. I love this. This is actually one of the first ones I grabbed. It's just like little people and windmills. That's so cute. And then these beautiful large flowers. So that is the trim I got. And truly estate sales are the best way to find trim. Also on Etsy and eBay, but you're really going to have to pay for it because people factor in a lot of different things into their prices, which I totally validate. It does take a lot of time. There's a lot of driving involved with estate sale shopping and yard saling. I often, with items like this, I will iron them just to make sure that they're as clean as possible, and hopefully that heat will disinfect them and make them nice and make them look pretty. You present pretty, you have to pack and ship and photograph. And so I totally validate people really factoring that into the vintage price. But it is a good way if you want to go on Etsy or eBay. I have vintage trim in my shop. I try to keep the prices as low as possible. But sometimes it just isn't like something you can do. So anyway, okay, so that's all my trim that I got at the estate sale. This is all just like odds and ends, and then I'll go on to books. I absolutely love this. I just think it's the sweetest little picture. It has a chip. I don't care. Little chips. To me, it just adds character. It was only $1. It's so sweet. I think I'm going to put like my little paintbrushes on it because I will wash my paintbrushes and then I put them in a can. But oftentimes when they're not dry, they just kind of hang out around the sink. So I thought, well, you know what, I'll bring them back and put them right in that cute little picture. I also love this tiny little dish. It was also only $1. And it's just the sweetest little dish. And I always need little dishes for all my little tiny things. And so I picked that up. So sweet. You all know I collect cans. I love cans. I don't know if I'm going to use this for myself. It's in such great shape. Or if I'm going to put it in my shop with like vintage odds and ends. But it was in such great shape. And I love these ones with the like metal lids that fit in. And it just is in such nice shape. So I loved that. I love old advertising and branding. I got this box of dominoes, and I paid a bit for it because I do love the box and I think it's beautiful. But more than anything, I love how tiny they are. They're little tiny wooden dominoes, and I just think that they're precious. And I can't imagine how cute they'll be on journal charms for custom journals and Patreon journals and journals in my Etsy shop. So what a lovely little touch. And I think that that's kind of what makes a lot of what I do. It kind of sets it apart, makes it a little bit more special. I know it is hard to always find vintage products, and I feel very privileged and lucky to be able to do that. I love that it's part of my job, but it's little things like this that I think make journal charms so special. So little vintage dominoes, and look at that beautiful branding. Isn't that lovely? I bought these 2 little tiny jars of stuff. These are just beads. I don't even think they charged me. I think they were like, why do you want this? I guess there was a zipper in there originally, but there's just like little beads in there. So I bought that. And I always, always, always buy these vintage glass glitter containers. They're probably from like the 40s or 50s. This one just has seashells in it. I think that was just probably seashells that the woman collected. Look at a tiny sand dollar. Oh my goodness. Shells from Salton Sea, actually. Oh, cute. It's labeled and everything. I'm going to keep that in there so I don't lose it. It's very brittle. But I always buy them just because I absolutely love them. And in many cases, I'll give them away with little vintage things as gifts to people. So I love that, because if you're like me, you love little tiny things. I don't know. These are my favorite though. Like, I think what you're supposed to do is be able to like remove the little cap, and that's where the glitter shakes out. But anyway, I love that. This is the cutest thing. Look. Oh my God. It's a tiny container of tiny playing cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but like, I had to have it. I mean, that's possibly the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that they're actually all in order too is like amazing. So why did I need this? I don't know. But when I saw it, I literally, in my mind was like, I don't care how much that is. I want it. I can't get them in right. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. I bought this little tiny book. Again, she looked at it and just put it in my bag. I don't even think she charged me for it because she was probably like, who is the person that wants this little teeny tiny hardback book from 1973? Me. Thrifty Day. Thrifty Day wants this little tiny pig book. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm in love with it. And this is like a little, I think, a bookmark? Or does it go on like a collar? I don't know. It's marked 1982, so it's not like crazy super vintage, but it's super pretty. So I thought maybe a bookmark. I could put it in my journal. It has a little bird on it, and my dad used to call me Birdie. He still does. So I thought that was really pretty. I got a jar. Look, this is why I store everything in jars and tins, because that's what they used to do. And so I buy a lot of things in jars and tins, and so I think it's just something I do now. But there's thimbles and vintage buttons galore. And so I had to have it. I mean, they're really neat old metal buttons too. And there's a whole bunch. And there's like, look at how, I love this little tarnish vintage thimble. So this was a really fun find. And I'm excited to use these on journal charms, because anytime I could have really good metal vintage buttons, I'm excited. So I got that. This was only $2, and they're silk pins, brass silk pins, but in the original packaging. Let me show you. I guess you're probably thinking like, why would you buy that? I don't even know, but look at, they're all in here. All the sizes. So they're all full. See? So I don't know why I want them, but I have to have them. I just thought it was so, like, what a neat little find. Maybe I'll do like a sewing journal or something, but those were so beautiful in the pack. I mean, for $2, that's incredible. So I have that, or maybe I'll put it in my Etsy shop. I don't know. If there's somebody who's like really good with sewing, I don't know. It's just, it was so beautiful. I couldn't let it just sit there. And then I got these things. This is like, I don't even know. I think it's like partially dollhouse stuff. This is literally something I grabbed like right as I was leaving. I was like, oh my gosh, look, it's like a dollhouse little rack with little tiny silverware. I mean, I don't know why I need these things, because I have a problem. Oh, look at how sweet though. These are metal. I don't know that let me see. Do I have my little scissors? Hold on. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to rip it all up though. It's just little vintage silverware. Oh my gosh, look at how sweet that is. I don't know. I immediately thought journal charms. I don't know, but I just think those are beautiful. So I grabbed those. And then same with these little tiny, they're in this like little plastic container. And it's little tiny. It's all just like dollhouse stuff, but I got those. And then anyone who knows me knows that I'm very obsessed with like silverware, like little tiny spoons and forks and stuff. And so I bought a whole bunch. They had a whole trunk full. This one's Yogi Bear. They had a whole trunk full of these very vintage spoons. And so I just bought a whole, like anyone that sort of spoke to me, I purchased. And they were all like $1 or $2. Like these ones were a little bit more because they're kind of printed. This little fork. I was like, oh my gosh, what if somebody orders like a vintage mermaid journal? I could put this as a journal charm. I don't know. It's just so pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh, like little, I can't. And then there was this big old skeleton key, authentic vintage. And so I purchased that just because, why not? Okay, so that's all like the little things. And then of course I also got books. My husband got this one. Really neat images. Adventures of Greek Heroes. These were just like little tiny books, and I was just so taken with them. They're so lovely. Just like lots of little tiny things, and all the pictures are so sweet. So that's a little railroad book. A Pint of Judgment. I was like, yes, I feel that. I validate this. But look at these images, you guys. Look at that. How sweet. I don't know that there's a year on here. It says copyright 1939. So that is absolutely lovely. Look at the back. Oh my goodness. I think that might be one of my favorite ones, and I love the inside too. So that is lovely. The Book of Good Cheer. Look at how sweet. These are all just so precious. Happy Christmas 1931. And that's in the writing, the original writing. So that's really sweet. I really love that one. The Little Lame Prince. Well, not exactly culturally appropriate, but I don't know when this one is from. It's kind of coming apart. So this one, since it is falling apart so much, I probably will make some kind of journal or something out of it. 1908. Wow, this is really old. Holy moly. It looks a little creepy, but it is from 1908. So that is really, really cool. There's some writing in there, but those images are really neat. So 1908. Kitty's Nursery Rhymes. And also very old. Very, very old. My goodness. Let's see. I don't see a year on this, but wow, this is really neat. The pictures, Jack and Jill, 5 Little Pigs, Baba Black Sheep. Wow. Yeah, I don't see a year. It might be under that tape, but something tells me quite old. And then this is Uncle Sam's School Songs. My husband picked this one up, but that's really neat. Old sheet music. So that's really cool. I showed you this on Instagram. If you follow me over on Instagram, I've already told my Barley story, but this is a very old copy of Ferdinand the Bull. It was my Barley saying hi. It says 1969. This one is. There's a whole bunch of redos, but look at how cute. Oh, it's my Barley. I bought this for Abby. I think this is just a redo. This isn't like an authentic time with the Beatles, but I bought that for my daughter Abby because she loves the Beatles. Let me try to move some of these things out of the way because there's just too many things here. And now I'm going to drop things. This I love, and I will likely use in journaling because these pages are incredible. So beautiful. It says copyright 1959. I don't know if that's just the reprint or what, but I mean, look at how sweet these are. This was probably another one of my very favorite finds, mainly because I loved the illustrations so much. Like, look at how sweet that is. So beautiful. I'm holding a gun, that's okay. But anyway, so I really, really loved the illustrations in this, and I was really excited to find it. And so, yeah, this will definitely be used for journaling, and I love that. Let me put that over here. This one I love, and I think what I'm going to do is actually make digitals for my shop because this is in pristine condition, so I do not want to use it or cut it up. They're just these paper dolls are in pristine condition. So absolutely beautiful. These doll dresses are, oh my gosh, look at with their little monograms. Incredible. So absolutely beautiful little PJs. I love it. So that will likely be digitals in my shop. This I just purchased. There's no actual stamps in it, but I thought how neat to use for journal pages for my junk journals. This is just some sheet music, Stairway to Heaven. And actually the people who owned the house, it was like their great-great-grandparents' house or something. He was like, oh my gosh, I bought that for my sister. So that's funny. The actual person who purchased this was there and sold it to us. I don't know. It's probably from the 80s or something. More Shirley Temple sheet music. That's super sweet. I love that. My husband does have a bookshop, a vintage bookshop. I'll link all the information down below. It's called Barley's Bookshop, and he will have a lot of these different books in his shop. And we're hoping to actually merge our shops very soon on Shopify. So that way, if you purchase from me, you can also purchase from him. It can all ship together and the whole nine. So things like this will likely be in his shop, and that's Barley's Bookshop, and it's all linked below. So if you want to follow that, that'd be amazing. My husband thinks he's keeping this. He's not. I am putting it, I'm going to use it for my journals for Christmas. I mean, duh. So this is incredible. I think my husband and I are probably going to fight over this one. He probably wants it for his shop, and I definitely want it for mine because these images, are you kidding? Sleeping Beauty. I'm so sad that I just did my, month that look at Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. My fairy tale Cinderella, my fairy tale month over on Patreon. Well, maybe we won't do fairy tale, like romantic fairy tales. Maybe we'll do fairy tale again, but it'll be like Jack and the Beanstalk and Thumbelina, because look at that. Oh my goodness. Like Hansel and Gretel. What else is there? I don't know what that is. Oh, Puss in Boots, The Flying Trunk. I don't know what that is, but how neat. Oh, look at that Rapunzel. Oh my gosh, this book is incredible. I don't know what this one is. The Emperor's New Clothes. Yeah, and there's Sleeping Beauty. So, anyway, I absolutely love this. Oh, here's Rumpelstiltskin. Let's look at the major. There's Rumpelstiltskin. So, anyway, this book is beyond beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that back cover. Incredible. So that's a really good find from today. I got this for my daughter, and little known fact, I am a huge Tupac fan. So I thought this was really neat. Her and I were just talking about Tupac this weekend. And so when they had this, I thought it would be perfect to pick up for Lizzie. We also got this. We're getting towards the end, folks, so I know this is long. This is a Fantasia, and it's not even open. So I don't know. Maybe my husband will open it over on Barley's Bookshop and flip through and show you there. I got this. I always buy these when I find them in estate sales, and I use them for journals because they're nice and sturdy, and it's vintage advertising, and it's really cool to add to journals. And then this is the last thing. It is an antique photo doll. They're like postcards. And so I thought that would be really cool to like cut them out and send them out or use them in journals or whatever. So anyway, that was long and lengthy. I didn't even realize I bought so much. If you have any questions about anything you see, send me or just comment below, and I'd be happy to answer you back. Again, follow Barley's Bookshop if you're looking for additional content, exclusive content. Please follow me on Patreon, and I will catch you all later. Have a really good one, guys. Bye.